I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Monday, January 19th. Today, suspended with pay.
Everybody's assuming it's all kinds of different things. If we definitely knew, people would know.
Gimli residents call for transparency after the town's mayor was disciplined. Also today, no place for hate.
When somebody commits a hate crime, they're committing a crime against all of us.
How the province is helping beef up security at places of worship. Plus, lost and found.
Slothy has been in our family since my daughter was a baby.
A reunion in the works thanks to the kindness of strangers. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Questions are swirling in the Interlake after the mayor of Gimli was suspended. Late Friday, we learned Kevin Chudd was suspended for 1 week, but it's not known why. Joining me now to explain is CTV's John Hendricks. So, John, what do we know?
Marilee, a formal complaint regarding Chudd's conduct was filed last March. Now, that led to an independent investigation. And now the RM of Gimli says several allegations were, quote, found to be founded. Now, as a result, Chudd, who was elected in 2022, has been suspended from all mayoral duties for 7 days with pay. The RM's council has also ordered Chudd to apologize to the complainant. However, details of the formal complaint weren't disclosed in the RM's public notice, and that's rubbing some Gimli residents the wrong way.
No disclosure. Everybody's assuming it's all kinds of different things. If we definitely knew, people would know, but because of that, people are saying could be this, could be that. It's kind of upsetting that we don't really know what circumstance happened, and also that the council, the current council, are the ones that make the decision as what kind of sanctions will be in place and what should be done.
The RM's council passed a resolution to impose Chudd's suspension last Monday. Additionally, all members of council must participate in respectful workplace and conflict resolution training. Gimli's deputy mayor is serving as head of council in Chudd's absence.
Any word from the council on why no details can be made public?
You know, we asked for an interview, but we were told that CAO DJ Sigmundson was not available all day. The RM says no details about complainants or complaints can be disclosed under provincial confidentiality rules. We also left messages for Mayor Chudd and have not yet heard back. All
right, thanks for this, John. New details tonight about what may have led to a days-long power outage on a northern Manitoba First Nation. A preliminary examination by Manitoba Hydro found fire damage near the power line in Pimicikamak Cree Nation. The Crown-owned utility says an inspection of the wire that broke at the end of last month showed shotgun pellet damage to portions of the infrastructure, including the power line itself. But Hydro emphasizes it has not been determined definitively as what caused the line to break. That said, it's warning hunters and firearm owners not to shoot any electrical infrastructure. The First Nation, I should say, was without power for about 4 days when a 300-meter-long power line running between two islands in the Nelson River broke. The power went out during a cold snap, resulting in ruptured pipes, the evacuation of more than 4,000 residents, and the deployment of the Canadian Armed Forces. The province is launching a new initiative to help beef up security at churches, synagogues, and mosques.
When somebody commits a hate crime, they're committing a crime against all of us as Manitobans. There is no place for hatred in our society.
Places of worship and cultural centers can now apply for funding to help cover the cost of security upgrades like lighting, cameras, alarms, and controlled entrances. The $1 million enhancement fund will work similar to the security rebate programs introduced for homes and businesses last year. The announcement comes just weeks after symbols of hate were spray painted on a synagogue, mosque, and high school in Winnipeg.
When you walk into your place of worship or your community center, you shouldn't have to worry about intimidation. You shouldn't have to worry about hate. We're seeing more and more acts of hate, of vandalism, and other acts across this country and here in our wonderful province as well.
The Canoe government also says it's establishing a security team to bolster community safety as part of the program. The province is accepting applications through email. You can find more details on our website. Just go to ctvnewswinnipeg.ca. Two levels of government and three of the province's top transportation organizations have agreed to work together to expand Manitoba's trade network. Officials have unveiled the Ports of Manitoba project, a memorandum of understanding involving the provincial and federal governments, along with the Winnipeg Airports Authority, Centerport Canada, and the Arctic Gateway Group. Under the terms, all five groups agree to mutually support each other to create one cohesive supply chain, with the goal of moving products as efficiently as possible through the Port of Churchill out to international markets.
We're here because the world has changed. Global trade routes are shifting, supply chains are strained, and countries everywhere are scrambling to secure reliable ways to move goods. Canada is not immune, and Manitoba has felt these pressures in agriculture, in critical minerals, and across the northern supply chain.
Well, none of today's speakers mentioned the United States or Donald Trump. They all alluded to the changing nature of international trade and emphasized the need to develop stronger supply routes through the Port of Churchill. The Premier, however, was a bit more direct.
So Canada has a lot of great plans for the future, but there is only one port and one rail line that feeds the Arctic. And that would be absolutely essential for us to maintain sovereignty in Canada's Arctic, and that is at Churchill, and that is in Manitoba. So if you're thinking whatever about Trump, if you're thinking whatever about Greenland, think Churchill. That is Canada's answer to what is going on right now. And by the way, it's Canada's answer for how do we grow our economy, how do we become less dependent on the U.S.
While Canoe was referencing Trump's stated aspirations of taking control of Greenland in defiance of European leaders. Two multi-vehicle crashes Friday shut down the Trans-Canada Highway, leaving drivers with nowhere to go until residents of Oakville stepped up.
Absolutely amazing. Overwhelming. My phone lit up, social media lit up, the hall filled with people dropping stuff off.
Karen Olafson and her husband Devin opened Oakville Community Center Friday afternoon for stranded travelers. Olafson says Mounties escorted motorists to the community center, and when they learned the highway closures could remain overnight, they took to social media and the community answered again. Within hours, the center was filled with food and bedding for the 90 or so travelers who ended up stuck in Oakville.
But I mean, that was just so overwhelming with how quickly everybody came together and how my phone lit up with, how can I help, right? It was, do you need me there? What can I bring? What do you need? It was truly amazing.
6 local families even took travelers into their homes for the night. Karen says the response showed the strength of the small Manitoba community. That is friendly Manitoba right
sure
there.
is.
Good job, Oakville, representing us very well.
Indeed.
The snow isn't a problem tonight. It's the cold that might leave you with a bit of a chill.
Marilee, all I have to say is buckle up and bundle up, because it's not going to get much better in the next couple of days. It will get slightly better. It's what's coming after that. You think it's cold now, folks. It's going to get a lot colder later on this week. I will reluctantly show you those forecast temperatures, but we've got to take a look at them. But for now, we need to take a look at the CTV Live Eye, brought to you by Bath Fitter, the exclusive home of the PermaFit solution. Beautiful sky out there in the city right now. It's -20, just a few clouds. Wind chill, it feels like -30, courtesy of those west winds at 17 kilometers an hour. The pressure's dropping and the humidity is 67%. Out on the road, a live look at McPhillips. You see it's busy in both directions, but northbound a little slow going. There has been a crash northbound McPhillips at McDermott. That collision is blocking the northbound curb lane. Stick to your left to pass. You can see it right there.
Patty Neufeld returns to the blue and gold for another year. We'll tell you who else signed with the Bombers after the break.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
At the end of 2024, the federal government gave Canadians a break from paying the GST. Fast forward to a year later, and that's why Canadians are paying 8.5% more for meals at restaurants, while alcoholic beverages rose 6.5%. Toys and games are up 7.5%, and kids' clothing 4.8%. At the grocery store, coffee cost almost 31% more year over year. Beef, fresh or frozen, was up almost 17%. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 72.11. West Texas Intermediate is up to 59.43. Western Canadian Select is up to 45.16. And the TSX gained 50 points for another record close. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
Late Winnipeg City Councillor Jason Schreier's push for affordable groceries lives on, and it's getting bigger. The Jason Schreier Grocery Access Program moved to St. Gerard's School after first launching at the Morse Place Community Centre in July. The program started with pantry staples like soup, cereal, and canned goods. Now the program fills the school gym on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th Saturdays every month from 1 to 4 p.m. with even more offerings from freezer and dairy sections. The program has grown so much, it's now a full-time job to run it.
I spend days hauling food. I store it everywhere I possibly can, and I find a big part of this is just finding sale prices in the flyers and getting the stores to allow what they call a waiver limit. So they'll waive the limits and allow me to do basically group shopping for the community.
Volunteers say the program boosts confidence for the families who rely on it, with some placing group orders for neighbors who aren't mobile. Schreier's assistant says the former councillor often hauled food late at night, filling his own living room with supplies before his passing. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers have locked up 3 more core pieces ahead of the 2026 CFL season. Right guard Pat Neufeld is back for a 12th season with the Blue and Gold. The offensive lineman is a 3-time CFL All-Star and a perennial leader in the Bombers' locker room. Meantime, kicker Sergio Castillo is back on a 2-year extension. He's coming off a 2025 season where he connected on 85% of his field goal attempts. And Castillo's punting counterpart, Jamison Sheehan, is also returning to the Bombers on a 1-year deal. All 3 players were slated to become free agents in February. The CFL regular season kicks off in June. James Cameron's latest blockbuster holds on to #1 at the box office. More from the entertainment world coming up in Spotlight.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg. Presenting the Roadhammers with Doc Walker.
Colleen Brady back now for Spotlight, and we start today with some sad news from the fashion world.
Unfortunately, we do. Italian designer Valentino Garavani has died at the age of 93. His foundation announced his death, saying a funeral will take place on Friday. The designer, who was usually known only by his first name, was the founder of the famed Valentino brand, which he turned into a business empire. He was also the recipient of several awards and honors, including the Golden Plate Award of the American Academy of Achievement and the Medal of the City of Paris.
Avatar Fire and Ash continues to dominate at the North American box office.
Does it ever? It claimed the top spot for a 5th straight week. The 3rd installment of James Cameron's blockbuster fantasy raked in an additional $13.3 million in sales. 28 years later, The Bone Temple secured 2nd place with $13 million. It fell slightly short of expectations, though, despite strong reviews and a 93% Rotten Tomatoes score. Disney's Zootopia 2 rounded out the top 3 with $8.8 million.
I don't think you understand the stakes here. Find that funny? I get nervous laughter sometimes.
Meantime, a milestone for movie studio A24. Marty Supreme, the drama starring Timothée Chalamet, has topped $80 million at the domestic box office. That makes it the best ever released by A24. The previous record holder was Oscar Best Picture winner Everything Everywhere All at Once with $77 million.
A pair of stars from the movie Wicked are set to reunite on stage.
Ariana Grande and Jonathan Bailey are teaming up once again.
So keep dancing.
Grande and Bailey are set to star in the production of the Stephen Sondheim musical Sunday in the Park with George. The pair teased the news on social media with this photo. It shows them sitting in front of George Seurat's famous painting, which plays a central role in the story. Tickets go on sale this spring ahead of its run in London next summer.
A Canadian actress is getting her own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
We are talking about St. Thomas, Ontario's Rachel McAdams.
Why didn't you write me? Why? It wasn't over for me. I waited for you for 7 years.
One of her best movies.
Yeah, indeed. McAdams is known for her performances in classic movies, including The Notebook and Mean Girls, and her Oscar-nominated role in 2015 Spotlight. The 47-year-old's on-screen career has spanned more than 2 decades. A ceremony honoring McAdams with the star is set for Tuesday.
A new Vegas-style venue could be built in the Washington, D.C. area.
That's right. Another Sphere is in the works. The venue would be built at National Harbor in Prince George's County, overlooking the Potomac River. The new Sphere would have an exterior light display, but only about 6,000 seats inside. Officials say it could help replace lost entertainment venues in the area, but state lawmakers still need to sign off on the project before it moves forward.
Pretty cool.
Indeed.
All right. Thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Your Monday primetime lineup is full of high-pressure experiences of first responders. 3 episodes of 911 starting at 7. It is all right here tonight on CTV. A live look at the Provencher Bridge. Busy, moving well. That crash I told you about earlier on McPhillips, that's been cleared. Minus 20 degrees, just a few clouds. I will have your very cold forecast coming right up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&Teak Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Colleen Brady back with your very chilly forecast, Colleen. Oh, boy. One thing after another.
Yeah, very cold.
Yeah.
I'd like to, I guess I have to stay for the rest of this, right? Yeah. You think today was cold, folks, and it was. Certainly we had cold mornings in effect for the southern half of the province well into this morning. They were ended. Now, kind of a technicality, it was still bitterly cold all throughout the day, all across Manitoba and northwestern Ontario. As we head into tonight, you can see it's pretty clear. So we had that clipper that zipped across Manitoba yesterday, and it brought blizzard conditions to some areas. In behind that low, an Arctic air mass has locked onto the province, and the other upside, though, if you will, the bright side, I know that's terrible, of high pressure, is that it keeps the sky pretty clear, relatively speaking. A little bit of light cloud in pockets in northwestern Ontario, but otherwise clear and very cold, and certainly in northern Manitoba. Having said that, overnight lows tonight in the south will catch up with lows in the north. Pretty much across Manitoba, we will be seeing temperatures drop into the upper minus 20s. You'll see that continue over into northwestern Ontario as well. You may catch a few flurries or two in places there, but for the most part, the high pressure is strong enough that it's probably going to keep that at bay. Now, we get into the overnight hours. You see it's still pretty clear to the west. You're looking at this. Is it going to come our way? Well, some of it might. There is the possibility that we could see some light snow in the province tomorrow, including here in Winnipeg. All the Futurecast keeps it outside of the city, but other models suggesting we may see some snow tomorrow afternoon and again tomorrow night. Again, the Futurecast not quite lining up in agreement with that, but it won't be quite as cold tomorrow or on Wednesday, but it's what's to come as of Thursday, which I will get to in just a moment. I have to get to this first. Our overnight low tonight, minus 26 degrees, partly cloudy at most. Winds at most out of the west at 15 kilometers an hour after a windier day today. Minus 16 tomorrow is our high, a mix of sun and cloud. Again, there's that chance of afternoon snow into the evening. Winds out of the southwest at 15 kilometers an hour. Here we go, folks. Buckle up. Now, minus 14 Wednesday. There's a chance of flurries. Otherwise, a mix of sun and cloud. And then if you want to look at the rest, here we go. On Thursday, a mix of sun and cloud with a forecast high temperature of minus 26 degrees. How about Friday for you? Minus 28, our forecast high before we drop to minus 34 degrees. And even the night before, minus 32. That's right. Yep. Told you it wasn't going to be pretty. Up to a minus 26 on Saturday, mostly sunny. Temperature holds steady, if that's any comfort whatsoever, which I know it's not. But then we get to Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of minus 21. Yeah, that mild first half of January is long gone now. Our first weather photo takes us to the southeast part of Winnipeg in this morning sunrise. That photo is from John, a lovely shot there. Now Leonard is out in Carmen, or he's near Carmen, where he took that photo, and he said he enjoyed that blizzard. Well, there you go. Send us your weather photos to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. A beloved stuffed sloth will soon be back in the loving arms of its owner right here in Winnipeg. And it's all thanks to some help from a Canadian vacationing in Mexico.
Slothy has been in our family since my daughter was a baby.
Stacey Burridge's 5-year-old daughter, Sage, takes Slothy with her everywhere, including to Puerto Vallarta last week. But after a canceled flight, change of hotel, and rush to pack, the beloved toy was accidentally left behind. When the error was discovered, Stacey contacted the hotel and posted a request on Facebook asking Canadians still in Mexico if they could look for Slothy. The response was immediate, with Kelowna resident Susan Rollin walking over to the hotel and retrieving the stuffy from the front desk. Both Stacey and Susan say they're overwhelmed by the reaction.
It was crazy, just the outpouring of support.
I am blown away by the support, by the kindness, and how people are excited to see a happy story.
Slothy is currently, we're told, lounging around at Susan's condo. Good. And Sage is excited that he'll be heading back to her soon. The stuffy is flying back to Manitoba with some other Canadians on Wednesday. Good job, everybody. Oh, look at Sage.
Very cute.
Slothy's working on his tan.
That's
but he'll
right.
Be home
soon enough.
Yeah. You know what, Slothy? I bet Stacey and Sage are wishing they stayed with
really.
these temperatures this week,
no
too.
kidding. We're jealous of you, Slothy, out there.
I don't think sloths like this weather, so it's probably all for the best.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right. We'll be back at 6 with more news. Hope to see you then.